Okay, family, we have an update. We have access to the motion to claim exempt properties, statutory exemptions that Brenay has filed. And my favorite part is page number 1, specifically number 4, where it says the following persons are dependent on me for support. And who's listed there? Not her child, none of her children. She doesn't have any. That's not the point. Timothy Montague Jr. Bye. Okay, let's get to the good part, the gooder part. Motion to claim exempt property is essentially Brenay telling the court, here's what you can't take. Please don't take. She listed household goods, TVs, a bed, MacBook, a purse collection, a PS5, kitchen appliances, and camera equipment. And you know she wasn't going to forget Dream. You see that 2025 Kia Sorento, amount of lien $39,000, is effectively maxing out every statutory category that North Carolina allows. I did find it interesting that she did not list any bank accounts. There are no bank accounts listed on this exemption. No checking, no savings, no business accounts, no cash apps, no Venmo balances, nothing. I found this to be specifically interesting because, of course, we know in North Carolina that your wages cannot be garnished for a civil judgment. However, she is self-employed, and any money just sitting in her account is up for grabs, can be used, levied, frozen for collection. So I think it's interesting that her attorney did not list any of her accounts on this exemption form. Also, let's take a second and gag at number 10. In the tools and trade section, she listed a Sony camera, which makes sense because she's a content creator and she records content. However, a Bible, I'm trying to figure out what occupation she has that would exempt her Bible from collection. I don't. If she was leading a ministry, I mean, maybe that could be argued. I'm interested to see how that Bible is exempt. She clearly don't use it. Hello. Page 4, there's pretty much nothing to see here. On page 5, she lists out household items for exemption: a bed in the master bedroom for $600, 3 TVs valued at $450, a 10th generation iPad, and then she claims additional items under the dependent category. Aww, Tim's desk, his PS5, his monitor, futon, air fryers, deep freezer, la 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 la. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Tim being a dependent definitely tracks. Bye.
Brenay is now asking the courts to not take her bed, her husband's desk, her husband's PS5, amongst the things that she is asking to be protected, to not be seized if they start taking her property for not making any payments. So she went ahead and filled out this form. She only had 20 days to do so. The 20th day would have been on the 26th of this month. So she fills this out and she starts to list things like her jewelry collection that is worth around $650. Now, shawty, how is your jewelry only $650 when you got a whole wedding ring on your finger? On top of that, she starts to talk about her clothes, her mirrors, her Bible that's $150, her camera. Y'all, this is going to be crazy, because if the judge says, you know what, you're not going to pay that bond, so we're about to start taking this property, she's only asking for certain things like that to not be taken. I think she knows that that car is not going to be taken anyway because she does not own it. However, it's going to be interesting to see how the judge plays this out.
So I decided to go look at the court document of what Brenay put up in her motion to claim exempt. And the first thing that I see on there is that it says name of persons that are dependent on me, and it is her husband. The day me or anybody around me is claiming their husband as their dependent, who child? That's embarrassing. People were already saying that he was her dependent, but to have it in 4K in writing, you willingly submitted this document to the court and you are saying that your husband is your dependent is wild. Wild. I'm trying to think of maybe some type of legal loophole that this would make sense through. If y'all know one, let me know. But just me being me, ain't no way a woman who God told me that a man is supposed to cover me, love, cherish, protect, provide. I'm supposed to be dependent on him because I'm the weaker vessel, but I am listing my husband as a dependent. I am sorry, not sorry. It'll never happen. It's out of order. This thing keeps crashing and burning like further and further and further down. Like nobody can't tell her nothing.
Wow, y'all. So Brenay has claimed Tim as a dependent. Not only, but she said that all the jewelry that she has equals up to $600. Mind y'all, this is including her wedding ring. Mind you, Tim said in court, he don't know how much the wedding ring costed. And we came to the conclusion that he never bought the ring, and it was Brenay who brought it. So she really took her butt to Walmart to go get a wedding ring. And it wasn't even, it couldn't have been no more than $200-300. That's just so sad. You had a man that was willing to give you a ring. He sat there, and I promise you he didn't go to Walmart to get the ring. But yet you feel like you won you this prize, and your ring not even $1,000 damn. At this point, I don't know how much more embarrassed you can get.
Y'all just going what? Like,
I hope they revisit
I'm
this.
keeping the scene as I always do. And I was paying attention to what was going on in front of me. I minded my business the whole time. I didn't say nothing. I didn't do nothing. So, like, y'all creating this, it was something that happened. Nothing happened other than the parties, other than those people over there antagonizing and harassing us. Because we were there to show the babies love. Like, God forbid I love them too.
She said the babies, but when Attorney Robin kept asking her, was she saying that? She said she did. Y'all just heard she did.
I guess y'all want me to be with the dad and don't like the kids. How much sense does that make? If I didn't like the kids, y'all have a problem. The fact that I love the kids is still a problem.
She does.
Pick your poison. Y'all getting on the internet looking at 2-second video of me sitting down, doing this and that and the third, or whatever the case may be, and y'all are ready to crash out. Y'all these people. Y'all don't know these people. And even when it came to the cop, like, we spoke to the cop and sat back down. They're not telling you the full story. And there's no need to, because I stayed there. So clearly there was no violation. If y'all put y'all brains together and really think about what's actually going on, instead of believing anybody that come on the internet and say, hey, guess what? I know the tea on Brenay and her family. Y'all so quick to believe anybody that open up their mouth and say they know me. Y'all don't know me for real? Like, be for real. Oh my gosh. I don't say too much and I just mind my business. I literally post my content, do what I gotta do. But y'all are dragged in this daggone situation. Like, y'all didn't even know I was going anywhere because it was none of y'all business. Again, the only reason y'all know is because people want to record, like paparazzis. And baby, best believe you think they got receipts and posting it. I got receipts. I don't need to post it. There's no need. I don't literally live for the internet. And what I mean by that, it's my job, yes, but I don't live for the drama. I don't live for that. I make my coin and get off. Like, simple. But anywho,
She make her coin and
y'all
get
can
off.
believe what y'all want to believe. Y'all can feel like it's so stupid for me to go. Y'all can feel like however y'all want to feel. Y'all were not there. Y'all cannot make me not support my fiance and the babies because y'all don't like me or because they're uncomfortable. Y'all forget that these are his babies too. The same amount of rights that others have, he has. He got the same rights. Come on. Like, y'all, stop harassing me, literally, at this point. Y'all are doing too much. Y'all are so mad at me for no reason. Get a life. So funny because
You got to remember, they are still talking about this in court, which means that she just pointed out something. Because this is why they played the video, because she addressed the situation about the babies. That she kept saying that she was not mentioning the babies. And she kept saying, well, I always call the kids my babies. So Attorney Robin said, well, in this video, because this is the video that we couldn't see, but we can hear. And because I've seen the video when they first clipped it to put it on TikTok, I saw it, right? So Attorney Robin, when she played it, I knew exactly what video she was talking about, right? So she was talking about that as it relates to Brenay keeps saying, well, I didn't mention the baby. She said, well, in this video, what did you address them as? The baby. She said, who were you talking about? Who babies you were talking about? That's what she got it. That's where she got her in this video. So then Attorney Robin say, well, when did you post this? So this where we got hung up in court again. She started playing until the judge got on her. So she was like, well, I think I recall. Objection. That's Attorney Michelle. The witness is saying that she think. So the judge says sustain. So Attorney Robin had to be very skillful. And when I say she was very skillful in the way that she communicated with Brenay on the stand to drive home her point and make her point and her evidence to solidify, she had to be very skillful in the words that she used. So she became very specific. She said, well, was this before the graduation? Was it after the graduation? Like, what time of the day was it? And she said, well, I really can't recall. So now she done tuned in to her lawyer. She done now locked into her lawyer because now she know what her lawyer doing. But Attorney Robin got her. So she say, this what she say. Now, mind you, she said she don't recall. So she said, well, when was the graduation? Brenay said June 5th, 2025. I said, oh my God. She said, Attorney Robin said, well, when was the graduation? That, when I tell you, she blurted it out with no problem. June 5th, 2025. I said, wait a minute now. So Attorney Robin said, okay, if you are talking about the events that actually happened at the graduation, then does this mean that you made this video the day of the graduation? She wanted to play with the judge. Say, she said, I can just, yes, it's a yes. That's how she did the judge. Cause baby, when I tell you she was playing, she was trying to play in the court space yesterday. She was trying to play. So she said, well, when did you make this video? Was it after graduation? She gonna say it was after graduation, but I can't recall the time. I said, baby, that damn Robinetta B. Jones. 8. Do you hear me? Cause who face, she know, see, this ain't her first run in with Brenay. She got her in jury trial, so she already know how she think and how she operates and what she does. So you gotta be 2 steps ahead of people like that. You gotta be see, Attorney Robin stay ready, so she don't have to get ready. She know what she dealing with. She know what type of person the games, cause Brenay swear Akira play games. No, Buki, you play games and we see them in court. You're the one that plays the games. All day. We could have been finished with yesterday. She playing with words. Her attorney, her objection. That's how her attorney acting. And this how she doing her hand. I was sitting up, I'm talking about, baby, she was all up on the chair, couldn't sit still. And I almost doggone near rolled from behind the desk to in the middle of the thing. I'm just sitting up there like, what? Where is she overworked? Here go Attorney Robin just sitting there, all demure, just, swaying lightly in her chair, just cool, calm, and collect. I said, dang. So when Brenay messed up and said that I don't like Akira, but she likes the kids. She care about the kids. That's what she gonna say. I don't like Akira, but she care about the kids. So then we get to Akira's testimony. When Akira identified who Brenay was, when she identified Brenay, she called Brenay the girlfriend. She said, I don't know why Tim would bring his girlfriend, his mistress, and then here go Attorney Michelle. Objection! That is his wife. So the judge tell Akira, don't do that. Akira said, well, that's what she was at the time. I said, cause she was the girlfriend and the mistress who took her, who made it convenient for her husband to walk away, because they gonna say took. She made it convenient for him to walk away. So Akira was saying that she went to the Chili's video and she was like, saying that the Chili's video showed her baby school uniform, what school that he was at, because it had like the little symbol and also his name. And she was like, it was a big deal for her and keeping her children safe because somebody had actually came to the school and tried to check her son out of school. Somebody that they did not know actually came to her son's school to check her son out of school. So I was trying to understand, because I was a little confused as to, did this happen after the Chili's video? And I was like, well, maybe it didn't happen after the Chili's video because the baby actually graduated. But Tim, going back to something he said that Akira was going to take the kids out, take the baby out of that school anyway. But he failed to mention that somebody actually tried to take his child out of school that did not have permission and they did not know. So how is it that you knowing that somebody tried to check your child out of school and you ain't concerned about your children's safety? That's crazy to me. That's like, the way that your children are going to come back and look and be like, were you ever a protector? Did you ever care about us? Did you ever love us? You mean to tell me you despise our mother that bad that you didn't care nothing about our well-being and our safety? Not only that, our mom, because our mom is our caregiver. That blew me. So when I was thinking about this, and I was just like, okay. So I was on Telelive this morning. I said, you know what? Okay, this right here don't make sense. But what does make sense is that, okay, this incident happened before the Chili's video, right? Possibly. I'm not saying that it did. I believe that the incident of somebody trying to check the baby out happened at this other particular school. Therefore, the baby was removed and he was put in the school that he graduated from. So when they recorded, and Brenay recorded the babies, and Kayla posted the babies, that freaked Akira out because somebody actually went to the school prior to his old school and tried to check him out. So that was a possibility that's what had happened. The reason why she was so upset, because she was literally crying on the stand that about the Chili's video was a big thing. And it was, because my child name and his school information has been exposed. So I was like, I understand. I see it. So then she said, one thing I always try to instill in my children is to move with your head high, even when demons are at you. Baby. She said, even when demons are at you, because she was saying that as it relates to the situation with Brenay, she just really tried so hard to stay in a good place despite what she going through, despite what her children are going through. Akira broke down and she was like, she said that day I asked him not to bring Brenay because of all the stuff that was going on between our families and the stuff that was going on between, me and Brenay. So she was like, she said she was so upset. She called her mom. Her mom ended up having somebody to go to her assistant to go get the paperwork to bring to show. Akira said she moved to the other side of the tent, away from them. And she was like, she was so hysterical that she missed her son's name being called. She missed him getting his award, a moment that you can never get back, because you had an individual that could not stay home, that ruins one of the most memorable moments of your child's life and of your life with your child. Why does she have to always be in places that she's not welcome, in places that she don't need to be? She could not sit this out. She could not stay at home. She could not respect my boundaries. And that's the thing. My boundaries are always being crossed. This is what Akira saying. My boundaries are already being crossed. It doesn't matter what the courts put in place. It doesn't matter how many times they put it in place. Brenay finds a way to manipulate the orders and do whatever she wants to do. She said, just like calling my children step chickens, which is a word. When Brenay said, well, I was just Googling, she didn't say Googling, but the way she said it, you knew that she basically said she was looking up lingos for step parents, and she saw step chickens and decided that's what she wanted to call the kids.
Look at what Brenay chose to repost yesterday. Marriage before a baby. And then the immediate comment that follows. But you're on marriage number 2 before 30 with no kids. And your twin sister has 2 children and has never been married. So who does this apply to? I'm not going to read the comments that drag her about her weight and stuff, because, I mean, you know. Yosha says, this is your second marriage and no baby yet. Munchie X said, it's really delusional to want to have a baby by a deadbeat, isn't it? Monet Worthy 2 says, you're always trying to be shady towards your twin. She wasn't married to your husband when he put a baby in her, so cut it out. Stop trying to be shady because he don't want to have a baby with you. Sweet Kiwi says, well, Brenay, this is your second marriage. What a baby. If this is shade for someone, you might as well let the sun shine, because this ain't it. Happy Trouble 24 says that Brenay can't have babies, and Tim is ecstatic about that. He will never be tied to you by a child. That's why he's fighting so hard for you. When he leaves, he'll only leave with half of your shit and alimony.
If this wasn't so sad, it would be funny. And actually, I think it still is funny, because in the alienation of affection saga, where Akira successfully won her $1.75 million, we are now at the stage where it's time to pay up. They are actively making sure that they get the money. They, meaning Robin and Akira. And so she was given a paper form to say, look, if you have property that you are trying to say is exempt within the confines of the law, please list that now or forever hold your peace. And Brenay listed a bunch of foolishness. She even had on there a griddle and a PS5 and some computers and some just foolishness, and even listed the Bible. I would love if she opened it, because I feel like if she did, it would save her some time. But one of the things that she listed on this form was Timothy Montague Jr. I call him Timophilus, 28. She listed this man as a dependent, okay? Which is odd, because Timophilus and Akira are currently in court for child support and custody. Sir, how are you able to have custody over anybody when you the baby? You the baby. So if you the baby, then how are you going to have custody over your own kids? And Brenay, by the fact that she's sending this form and listing things of exempt and trying to pause the garnishments of her accounts, you also are saying that things will call you irreparable harm if they came and got the money. So how are either of you trying to pretend like you are better parents than Akira? In my opinion, it's not giving. But it also reminds me of something. In my opinion, Brenay is obsessed with having kids, and she's worried about the wrong things. There are a lot of other things that she should be worried about. But don't take my word for it. Listen to her.
We can probably go for 2 or 3 more, and then I'm okay. But honestly, however many God bless us with, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm not going to put a number on kids, because I know I'm going to be able to take care of them, so.
And this, where she says she's going to have those babies. Listen.
Absolutely. Y'all already know I want some kids. Like, y'all love to use that as my downfall. Y'all love to say that. Oh, Brenay, no. I'm going to have those babies.
I have said many times before that I don't trust Brenay. And the fact that she wants or is so intent on children bothers me deeply. But then also, it got me to thinking a little bit more about all of this. Brenay says she wanted to have babies. She got that. It's just that she wasn't specific. In the law of attraction and manifestation, if you know anything about it, you have to be specific. She said she wanted to have those babies, and she did. It's 28 years old and gargantuan, okay? And it's in the bed right now with you.
Let's talk about Dream. On the exemption form that Brenay completed, she lists that the fair market value is $22,000 and that she owes $39,112.03. Back on December 4th, her bank statements dropped and we found the down payment for Dream. You can clearly see here a $2,000 what appears to be down payment September the 19th to CarMax, and then immediately following that is a point of sale debit for Progressive Insurance in the amount of $199.45. So when I saw this on the bank statement, I said, oh, that's the down payment for Dream, and that's the car insurance for when she purchased Dream. If I'm right, she purchased Dream 5 months ago. She purchased Dream 5 months ago, and she's already upside down to the tune of $17,000. Either she rolled negative equity into that vehicle, or she has an incredible interest rate, which makes this even wilder because you're so invested in trying to come after Akira that you would go and dig yourself into that kind of debt. There is no equity in that vehicle. It's given more of a nightmare than a dream, but you're so gung-ho on trying to stalk and bully and bother Akira that you would just continue to make things worse for yourself. And this is the man that's co-piloting your stupidity. Girl.
Yesterday, Akira posted this picture and said basically she doesn't think she's going to be able to make it to the due date. And some of us aunties out here in the world, we just think it's the most adorable thing ever. A little while later, though, it made its own post. And in this post done on Snapchat, someone allegedly sent her a message. The message from Juke said, "He love you so much. This man will unalive for you." This is so damn cute. We have been saying before, and we'll continue to say it, that we believe Brenay authors her own messages and comments because she likes to post to her thoughts, post to her purpose, right? And since we know, in our opinion, that she looks at everything Akira does, because there's an open cyber stalking case that is against Brenay for what she has been doing to Akira, in our opinion, this is just another example of it, and a dangerous one, might I say. The word "this" indicates that whoever allegedly wrote this is almost saying like it's her and Tim. This man indicates he would be right there. Brenay messed up on that one. It should have said, "He love you so much, he will unalive for you." But this indicates that it's you, Brenay. She responded, "Absolutely, and thank you so much." First of all, we've seen no indication that he loves and or will unalive for you. Let me tell you what we have seen indications of. First of all, that you did not get your Lilo and Stitch birthday cake that you wanted, okay? That you had to go to Walmart to purchase your own cake, okay? Then we saw, based off of your content, that you were in 5 and below and you're walking down the aisle. And then you say, "Look, baby, they put the Valentine's Day stuff up." The man didn't even look your way, okay? We see all indications that he is bought and paid for, but no indication that he loves you so much or that he will unalive for you. What we have seen based off of recent court reports and things of that nature is that he walks around with a pew-pew and that he claims that he and you received DT. The thing about that, though, when asked based off of what you and him feel, that the children would probably be dealing with the same thing, despite a very serious report about one of the children, he said no. okay? But he's walking around with a pew-pew, so much so that during the alienation of affection hearing, he accidentally carried one in and currently hasn't charged for that, okay? We don't know why Timmy wants to carry a pew-pew around so much, and to be honest, we don't care. What we do care about is Akira's safety, okay? And this is my way of alerting the police, okay? I want to talk to other people because I am seeing, and a lot of people are very upset about what they're saying. And with due, I understand. But I need you to understand a couple of things. Brenay has backed herself into a corner. Brenay had every opportunity not to be gross with Tim when she decided he was hers. Personally, she did Akira a favor in that regard because, in my opinion, this is one of the grossest men I've ever seen, in my opinion, okay? Brenay did this, and as a result, Brenay lost the alienation of affection case, and now she owes $1.75 million, which means everything that she does in terms of monetary value is pretty much Akira's money. You can consider her working for Akira and Associates, I like to say anyway, okay? So Brenay literally needs people to be heated and angry to go over to her socials so that she can get paid. She's creating low value content, low energy content sometimes where she doesn't even get out of the bed, like the one I showed you earlier. And so she wants to use us for her engine, okay? It's okay to be aware, especially if you are following this. But it is not okay to be so consumed where you are so angry, where your head hurts, that you are taking any of this on, this, that, and the third. Brenay is getting her due. I've said before a million times that it's up for bullies. And apparently North Carolina understands it some way because Amoy was arrested for cyber stalking. And when he kept on saying that he's like Brenay, which I don't understand, Brenay's about to have her accounts garnished, he ended up having to go back to the jail again for violating that. And in my opinion, the same thing will happen when Brenay continues to do what it is she does.
Family, we have new documentation this time. It is from Attorney Robin. And baby, this is not small. This is not for play. Let's get into it. Attorney Robin filed a notice of receipt of subpoenaed documents and notice of intent to offer evidence. What does this mean? She subpoenaed state employees' credit union and she got the records. That means the bank statements, account activity, deposits, transfers, balances, possibly loan information, possibly linked accounts, all of it. And now she's telling the court, I have them and I plan to use them. My God, this is not a request. We've moved beyond that. This isn't maybe. The documents are in Attorney Robin's hands as of today, February 23rd. And when someone subpoenas your credit union in a civil case, they are looking for one of three things: money you said you didn't have, money you moved, or money that contradicts your story. Because bank records do not argue. They're not emotional. They don't get on TikTok live. They just show transactions. Follow the coin. And what makes this even more strategic is that she's saying she plans to authenticate the records by affidavit. So that means that she doesn't even need a bank employee to come testify. She's setting it up so that the records can slide right into evidence, right quick, right fast. This could mean that she's either looking for proof of assets, she's tracking transfers, or she's establishing financial capacity. Either way, she's laying the groundwork for enforcement, or she has found something inconsistent. Now that the notice is filed, the defense can't say they didn't know. The court can't say it wasn't disclosed. It's official. And this is financial transparency, whether you wanted it or not.
They're still around here thinking she's bigger than the program. And the judge has ordered a writ of execution.
I want to say, when it comes to this, it's like, I don't know what people want me to do. What do people want me to say? I've never said that I was innocent. But what I said was there's a lot of lies. And I'm still standing on that. And I mean what I say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I took accountability not only in the courthouse, if you were there. I also took accountability on national TV. On TV. I don't know what else y'all want from me. I don't. It doesn't make sense to me. Y'all keep saying, take accountability, take accountability. I did. When everything first happened, even beyond a lot of stuff like the lawsuits and all of that, I literally went to the source of the issue, of the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've said this in court. I said it on TV. I've said it. Like, I don't know what else y'all, people on the internet, want from Brenay. I don't know. It's like, back to what I was saying. I don't know. I'm over it when it comes to that. Like, y'all on the internet just cannot accept everything that happened and move on. I don't understand. It's like so many people get divorced, move on, do all of this stuff, plus worse, honestly. And y'all just like, whatever. But because it's Brenay, y'all want to continuously bully, harass, all of that when it comes to me. Y'all don't have a life. Y'all don't have a life. But it's okay. I did not put a bomb on last night. Okay. I don't need to, really. What did you do for Valentine's Day? What did you do? Exactly. My point. Nothing. So with that being said, mind your business. If I don't want to eat out, I don't have to eat out. A good home cooked meal is fine. When I don't go out and eat out and sit down or get out the house or whatever, y'all complain about it. When I do that, y'all complain about it. At this point, I'm doing what I want to do. I didn't want to go nowhere, and guess what? I didn't. And I ate some good food. Say TikTok's not draining. They're just holding you accountable. You can't handle it. Holding me accountable? Who are y'all? Y'all are not Jesus Christ. Holding me accountable for what? You're not perfect. The only perfect man was Jesus. So what are you holding me accountable for? I don't have to answer to y'all. I don't have to answer to you. No one else but Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. So no, like I said, TikTok is draining. It's messy. All of that. It is not the same anymore. And outside of my issues, TikTok is not funny like it used to be. It's not fun. People make challenges. Like 2020 was one of the best years of TikTok, of the phase of TikTok. And I gotta get them out. So most of the videos are like weeks ago, and I have to catch up with my editing. It's just been a lot of back and forth with a lot of things. So I am just trying to play catch up when it comes to life, honestly. So yeah, just be patient with me. I will be posting them. Of course, I always post on YouTube, but on TikTok, I have to get back posting. I really have to get back posting more on TikTok. I try to, but it's just so much. And I mean, I feel like I'm not interacting with y'all for real because I do have my comments off. So, and I would love to comment or interact with positive people that I'm not following. But it's hard, and I just don't want to open up that door for all the negative stuff on my page, honestly. So I'm just gonna keep it off. What else I was gonna say? So yeah, I gotta do that. What else is the moves? I don't know. I just have to really catch up with my editing. Most of the stuff is done, y'all. Most of it is done. I just have to edit.
Now, Brenay, I don't even know. Well, I guess she has to make her money somehow being on the internet because that's how she make her money. But man or woman, nobody is worth it. Especially, in my opinion, for somebody who's not giving you what you need. And you can say that y'all don't know what goes on behind the scenes and blah, 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 blah. Listen, child. As many people as who talks about Papoose and Clarissa Shields, you can definitely look at Papoose and say he don't play about Clarissa. I'm going to just throw it out there. That man be loving on that woman. That man's child around that woman. Him and Remy came to some type of decision, obviously, or apparently, at least to the point to where that can happen. They're moving forward. It's getting to the point where people are just going to have to accept that Clarissa and Papoose are a thing. They're going to have to accept it because you can tell that Papoose do not play about Clarissa. He don't. So regardless of what type of haters and people who talk about Clarissa and Papoose relationship, one thing that he don't show on the internet is that he's embarrassing her. He shows how much he respects her, he loves on her, he does whatever he needs to do about her, regardless if people feel like he using her for money or whatever. That's just their opinions. But what he shows and what he displays, he loves that girl down. Okay? That's just my opinion. That's just what I see. Whatever. With Tim, child, you doing everything, you making excuses. I don't know why the Valentine's Day thing triggered her so much. I would only assume that because you guys didn't do it. Like, I feel like she fantasizes what she wants Tim to be or how she wants Tim to treat her, and it just don't happen like that. So she gets mad and she gets frustrated. But I'm here to tell y'all something. Seriously, you can get on the internet and talk about whoever's in a relationship with whoever. But at the end of the day, if they're truly showing you on the internet that they really rock with that person, it gets to a point where it's so undeniable that you have to admit it. If Tim truly loved on that girl and didn't play about her and all that other stuff, we definitely would see it. I feel like this is a money grab. He's been an opportunist. He was an opportunist with his first wife. He an opportunist with this chick. And she's stupid to have left a man who proposed to her, who married her, who paid all her bills and took care of her. Now she taking care of a bum. Like, I don't understand a lot of these women logic out here when they make these type of decisions. And he cost over $2 million because that money just keeps accruing every single day. This is just, the foundation of this is terrible from the beginning to the end. It's horrible. And the fact that her mom comes in here and throws her daughter under the bus, you can really tell when these moms out here really hate their children. Like, for real, because they really set them up for failure. They don't support them. They don't help them. They don't guide them to know where they need to be in order to be successful. They just dog walk them and allow other people to. Anyway, as far as the paperwork and her claiming Tim as a dependent, what PlayStation 5, that's $300? Like, what? So when the PlayStation first came out, it was like $650 or something like that. I can't remember. Because like the taxes, it was exclusive or whatever. My husband and bought, 2 more? So we got 3 PS5s in the house. It was still like $500 if I'm not mistaken. So where do you get a PlayStation? You mean a MetaQuest 2? Like, what are we talking about $300? That, I don't know. I'm glad that Attorney Robin is actually getting the paperwork out from the documents, because that PlayStation went up $300. And on top of that, they still spending $5,000 plus a month on food. That is crazy, 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 crazy work. She said that Tim has a job and he's working. He's not. Like, you just don't, you ain't gotta lie. Just tell us what we already know. You taking care of a nigga. And that's the nigga you wanted. You knew you had to pay for. Some women be knowing like what they qualify for and what they gotta pay for when it comes to interacting with the opposite sex or same sex, whatever they choose to intermingle with. They know what they qualify for. And she knows she had to pay for this man in order to get this man. Really ridiculous. Devin is going to court now because he needs to get paid. And to the ladies who always talk about how you can get cheated on even though you're married, sometimes it'll cost you a couple of meals. So keep being a baby mama if you want to. Anyway, yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. To me, I feel like Brenay is depressed. I know people are saying that he put his hands on her, but I highly doubt that. It looked like she got a damn sty. That don't look like no black eye. I've seen black eyes. I think social media just be doing a lot. But it's so much to unpack with Brenay. She stalks Akira still, and it's like, you got the man, so why you still watching him? She even liked Akira's baby daddy's picture, talking about they used to be friends. So I don't even really think it's Tim that she won't. It be a lot of women who be obsessing with over other women and don't know what that is, and they just get this hold. And I think it's crazy because I'm like, dang, in 2026, even though this has been happening for years in my opinion, but in 2026 with the empowerment that came with all these women, what they were doing to the men, they are now doing to the women as well. So now they're stalking the women, just like they were stalking the men. It's a lot going on. And when a man stalks you, it's easier to get protection because he's man, right? And society deems men bad, right? But they let all these crazy women go under the radar. There's a bitch right watching you right now who want to be in your skin, looking at your videos or looking at your social media, stalking you. And you would never know. You would never notice them. And it has to be a sad existence to be one of those bitches. It really does. It has to be so sad to be knowing that you are behind your cell phone or a computer screen, checking for somebody else's life, watching for the next video to drop, watching for the next photo on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever. It must be sad that you have somebody watching your existence. Now, how's that different from the women that are watching Brenay? I'll tell you. Once Tim leaves Brenay and the mess is over and Brenay stops, nobody's going to talk about her. What women fail to realize when they come onto this internet and they act a fool, people are only going to discuss your behavior. Now, of course, you're going to get your stalkers and people who are really obsessed with you. Yes, yeah. But the reality of it is nobody hates on you. Nobody's obsessed with you. We're talking about your bull crap you decide to put on the internet. Because mind you, Brenay put all this on the internet. All of it. And everyone else that I've ever spoken about put their mess on the internet. Stop putting your mess on the internet. We won't talk about it. There's a lot of people that I don't discuss as much because mess doesn't occur up to where it hits me. When it hits me, I'm going to discuss the mess. Y'all need to clean y'all shit up instead of blaming others. That's why y'all in the positions y'all in now. You know, so again, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. I'm in
We in a no hyena zone. Anti-hyena zone. It's my hyena zone.